Good morning, Level 2 geographers. This video today is to instruct you on what you're doing today, and then also to just give you a little bit of commentary around the vegetation in the rainforest, as it is pretty self-explanatory once you get someone explaining it to you, once you get the sort of simple language and the practicality of it in your head. So firstly, I want you to continue with the tasks on the page 75 of this document. Okay, I'll just quickly go down to that. So this is page 72. 75, you have some tasks to do here. There are quite a few. So make sure that you get those done. That's why we're continuing today on it. Tomorrow we'll be moving on to human interactions. Anyway, first thing I want to point out to you guys is that in the Amazon rainforest, the vegetation is very, very stratified, or in simple terms, layered. So stratification here simply means layered, okay? And it is very, very layered because of the differing amounts of sunshine that the plants get and the differing amounts of water that the plants have access to. So you would have read through this. These are the key terms, okay? The key terms that you need to know for the vegetation section of this topic. Now this is a great little diagram. Okay, this is a really good diagram. Talking about stratification, okay, there are four main layers. Okay, there are four main layers to the Amazon rainforest. The emergent trees, the main canopy layer, the lower canopy layer, and the shrub layer. The ground layer and shrub layer we sort of mix together. Okay, so the shrub layer, ground layer, kind of the same. Lower canopy, main canopy, and emergent trees. Now really quickly, the emergent trees can be very, very tall. It says up to 45 meters there. They can actually even be taller than that. Some of them seem to be 60 to 70 meters tall. Now these trees have no competition for light. What I mean by that is there's no other trees around them. So they get the first sunshine, okay? So they don't need to have large leaves to absorb that sunshine because they're way up there. And also they don't want to have large leaves because if they had large leaves, they're exposed to a lot of wind and the leaves would break off and blow away. The next layer, the main canopy, it's kind of like a progression. The leaves are slightly larger to make sure that they're getting the sunshine that breaks through the emergent layer. But also the leaves have what's called drip tips, which I'll show you now. Okay, they have what's called drip tips. These things here, quite large drip tips, and they're quite waxy as well. So if there's too much water, that the water can easily flow off it. When I say too much water, I mean from rainfall. Okay, the water can easily flow off the leaves, and so that the leaves don't get weighed down, again, break off or be damaged. And that's the same with all the layers, really. The lower canopy, this is starting to where the trees are saplings. They grow in shady conditions, and they grow sort of, yes, they grow up, but they more grow sideways as well to try find breaking or light breaking through the two top layers, the emergent and the main canopy layer. That's this layer in here, guys. Then the shrub layer or ground layer, right on the ground. And now these are sort of, these can be made up of decomposers, ferns, things like that, that live off very little light, still lots of water, but can also thrive off decomposing material as well, such as fallen trees from the other layers. So those are the four clear main layers. Okay, Canterbury Trees there, and emergence. There's just a little bit of notes on that. It's very simple. I won't need to talk through that. I will need to talk you through what's called buttress roots though. Now I have mentioned these a few times, and there's some great images of buttress roots here. As you can see, they grow outwards to steady the emergent trees firstly. See how they're growing outwards like this? To steady the emergent trees because they're very, very tall. But then they're also growing outwards because they're looking for nutrients in the nutrient-rich soil on the surface of the soil. But remember, the deeper you go, the less nutrient the soils go. That's why they go outwards, not downwards. Outwards, not downwards. A couple of other notes there that are very simple that you should be getting down. Forest floor, again, just notes that I've got down for you. Pretty straightforward. Lianas are vines that grow on other trees to catch light. They go up the trees to then catch the light. And epiphytes are things that can grow off other things, like trees and things like that. Then you've got the questions and things like that, and your exercise book labeled and annotated diagrams that illustrate the specific adaptations for all of those types of aspects of the rainforest. Okay, if you go through this step by step, it's not that hard, fellas. You just need to make sure that you're reading all the information beforehand. Anyway, so today, carry on with that work, okay, because I know it was quite a lot of work. And tomorrow we'll move on to the human interactions, which should be a lot of fun. Awesome. Good luck.